So welcome back to our channel. We just want to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing and watching and supporting us and making comments, and
it's been so awesome. I am so encouraged by the feedback that we've gotten from you guys in the comments and the likes and the follows and all of that.
Right.
It's been super encouraging, so thank you so much.
And we're just excited to be doing this. So we've got our tea, of course. Got to have our tea to get started, and we're actually shooting at night tonight, so we're doing a little herbal tea because real life happened today, and it didn't
go quite according to
go according to plan. So
very true. It has been a day, to say the least, but it's been a good day. It's been a good day, but we have been putting this off for days. We're like, okay, we're gonna get together, we're gonna record on Friday. Okay, no, why don't we just do it like on Sunday after church? No, that's not gonna work. How about we, like, we've been pushing this off. So here we are back again.
We're back again at the evening with some herbal tea. I got some sleepy time, so hopefully I'll stay with you guys for the whole time here.
I'll make sure she stays awake.
And you have?
I have a blackberry cinnamon, which is actually really, really good.
It smells good.
It's really, you can taste some if you like to.
Okay,
there you go.
Sure. I'm just gonna take some of her tea.
I think it might be my new favorite, to be honest.
That is good.
Because
that is good. I don't like a strong cinnamon, but that's not bad.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I think the blackberry in it kind of tones down the cinnamon a little bit. So anyway, go.
Too bad we can't just tone down children easily that way.
If only. All right, so we have our tea, and let's get started.
All right. I'm Tracy.
I'm Taylor.
And we are TNT. And today we're going to be talking about everybody's most favorite subject.
I thought last video was everybody's most favorite subject.
This is organization, so this really tops everything, don't you think? Everybody loves to organize, right?
Actually, I think some people do.
Well, some people do. I do.
She does.
I do, and you don't. So we've got one on each side of the spectrum. So I'm going to be kind of heading this one up this time, just sharing with you some things that, first of all, I want you to know that I did when I had kids. So these are not, I'm not speaking to you from an empty nester's point of view right now, although these are things that I implemented when I had kids, and they've continued until now. If you can form these habits, these are habits, honestly, that can last you a lifetime and can be helpful no matter what stage of life you're in. So the first thing I want to start with is get some help to get started, because more than likely your house does not look the way you want it to look.
That's true. It's very true. In fact, I may or may not had to clean up this background back here before we started this video. But
so chances are, and especially if you have smaller children, there are places in your house that are extremely disorganized, and getting started is the hardest part. It's so much easier once you get it done to maintain it, but getting started is really difficult. So if you have a friend, if you have a family member who would be willing to help you out.
Are you volunteering?
Don't I always?
It's true. I don't know what I would do without her, honestly. She really helps me keep my stuff together.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
So if your mom's not close by, find an older friend who can just be that person who can take your children for even a day. It's amazing what you can get done in a day without your kids there.
I mean, even just a few hours, honestly, is something I've realized too. Like, if I could just have a couple of hours of uninterrupted time, you can really bust
uninterrupted
things out.
Time? What is that?
I have no idea. What am I even saying?
I had a wonderful woman in my life who had older children when I had my young children, and I'm happy to do that for her, but hopefully there's somebody in your life that can do that for you as well. The next thing I have on here is set yourself up for success. So there's kind of a lot of little parts to set yourself up for success I can talk about. But that's one of the reasons that you need the friend, is because on the day that maybe they help you out with the kids, or they come over during nap time so that you can like double team things, or however you do it, that's when you kind of want to set yourself up for success, starting with like decluttering. Some people say my house always looks like kind of put together and everything. Some people say, I say that all the time. My mother-in-law is always, and this is one of the things is, she really likes the way my house looks. One of the things is I don't keep things. I get rid of things. If I'm not using it, it goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
And you've actually started doing a lot of that lately.
I have. I really have.
Which can be really, really helpful, because if you feel like you're just cleaning up, picking up all the time, maybe you just have too much stuff.
It's very true. Very true. I almost constantly have a donation bag sitting over here by the door that I'm just adding things to constantly.
And especially after like Christmas and birthdays and things like that, you can always kind of rotate your kids' toys, get some things out, put the new ones in
with the new, out with the old. And I think, well, I kind of started it this year, this little tradition now that we're going to do in our family now, because we have Christmas and New Year's, and then February as both my kids' birthdays, and so we just have a lot of gifts coming in right at the end and the beginning of the year.
Right.
And so before that, I would say maybe October, November, that's our time to clean out and start getting rid of toys that are not being played with, things that are not being used, clothes that I don't wear, etc., etc. And I have actually been trying to do that. And I actually started following this girl on Instagram. She's called the Declutter Mom, and she's fantastic.
Yes.
I get a lot of my tips from her, so go check her out on Instagram.
Yes.
Declutter Mom. She gives a lot of tips that kind of, a lot of the things that we're talking about in this video actually, but she just puts like little bite-sized pieces out there.
Little Instagram reels.
Yes.
So along with setting yourself up for success is make it easy. And one of the ways that I make it easy is baskets. Baskets. Did I say baskets?
Baskets and baskets. I've recently gotten on board with her baskets love, like her love for baskets.
Well, it's just a really super easy way to put things away, and the basket can be a mess, but you just put that up on a shelf, you just slide that away in there somewhere.
Just tuck that away, nobody can see it.
All of a sudden, it looks like, oh, your house is so neat and tidy. And the other thing that's great about baskets is because one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit later is getting your kids involved.
Yes.
And baskets in kids' rooms is an easy way for them to clean up, because they can just pick up all their toys, put it in the proper basket. You know, you've got a Lego basket, a car basket, a doll basket, or whatever basket, and they just put everything in there, and it's so much easier. Basket by your front door, you know, for shoes, or she even uses a declutter basket, so she can just go through the house, put it all in one basket, and then when she gets time,
I go through and put it all away. It's just so much easier. I call it my clutter basket, because that's what exactly what she just said. I go through all those little things that are all over the house and then just put it all in one basket. Makes it super easy. And it's also a really easy way to clean up really fast, like if somebody's about to come over or something. But here's the trick with the clutter basket though, you have to empty it out.
Yes.
You have to empty it out, or else it completely defeats the purpose.
Right. Well, yeah, she calls it a clutter basket. That's why I was calling it a declutter basket, because you don't want to leave it there.
Fair enough. That's true.
After now you've decluttered, you've got your baskets, you've got things organized, and you want to get going. She mentioned another thing that I think is so important, especially for busy moms, is to plan ahead. Pack the diaper bag the night before, pack lunches the night before, lay out your clothes the night before. I can't tell you how many times I stood in a closet staring and not knowing what to wear. But if I've already laid it out, I just put it on and I don't think about it, and it can just save you a lot of time.
It really does.
And it's hysterical. I mean, you're just like, why can't I think of something to wear? But so those are great things to do. If you can get those dishes done the night before,
so you don't
That is the
wake.
hardest one for me. I'm just going to say that right now. That is the hardest one for me. I try so hard. I'm just exhausted by the end of the day. I know that I need to, and I have been getting better about that. I've been trying really hard to go to bed with a clean kitchen.
But you just feel like you're starting a step behind when you wake up and your kitchen is dirty. So if you can, that's a great way to do it. And one of the ways that I keep up with my kitchen is, and this is something this is going to roll right into, don't put it down, put it away. So applying that to dishes, rinse it, stick it in the dishwasher. Don't put it in your sink. If it's going to go in the dishwasher anyway, rinse it, put it in the dishwasher, and it's something you can teach your children to do. Again, we're already in that place. Get your kids involved. And then at the end of the day, the only thing that should be in your sink is the stuff that can't go in the dishwasher, and that should be pretty quick.
Pots and pans.
And just whip those out real quick and get those done. So don't put it down, put it away. That's a huge motto of mine. There's so many people that, you come in the house and all of a sudden everything's just like plop by the door. And
guilty.
And so it's just, if it's in your hands already, now I get it. You're bringing your kids in, you're bringing this and bringing all that in. That's fine for the moment, but then just, do a quick 5-minute put it away. The other thing is, when you are cleaning your house and you're going to the bedroom, take from the living room what goes to the bedroom, put it away. Then take what the bedroom goes in the kids' room and put that away. And you can always start. So if you're going from one room to another, take something with you when you go. There's always something to take with you when you go, pretty much.
It's true.
So
especially with kids, because I find their stuff, their toys, their socks, their clothes, whatever it is, all over the house. And that, again, going back to what she said, though, getting your kids involved. When I go in my bathroom and I find their toys or something, I'll call him over and I'm like, hey, can you please come get your toys out of the bathroom? And he comes over and he'll clean it up and
takes them in his room and puts it in a basket.
Yeah, that would be great. We're working on that.
So we've been talking a lot about getting the kids involved. Get the family involved in whatever way you can. When you're sitting at night, your husband and you can sit there and fold a quick basket of laundry together while you're watching a show. Or another way to get your husband involved, if he doesn't like to fold laundry, is put the kids to bed at night. Set a timer, 15 minutes of cleanup. Because you do 15 minutes of cleanup with the two of you, you've got 30 minutes of work done in preparation for the next day.
There you go. Which a lot of times that's what me and my husband do. We end up prepping for the next day, packing lunch and trying to get the kitchen clean. I usually am the one that clears off the table, puts all the food away, all that kind of stuff, and then he will do all the hand wash dishes for me, which is awesome. So I super appreciate that.
Right. And at the earliest age, you can start teaching your children to help around the house. My granddaughter is not even a year old yet, but I was emptying the dishwasher the other day, and of course she just wants to take things out of the dishwasher.
Yeah.
So I just let her hand them to me. So every time she pulled something out of the dishwasher, I'd say, thank you, and I'd put it away. Thank you, and I'd put it away. And you're teaching them already.
That's a great idea, actually.
To be helpful.
Well, it's setting good habits now, and that's something that I've really been trying to get my son on board with, is just, okay, you make a mess, you clean it up. You make a mess, you clean it up.
Right.
Like, trying really hard.
Right, and he actually enjoys helping, like, clean the bathroom and things like that.
For the most part. I mean, he has his moments, of course. Like, when I tell him to clean his room, he thinks it's the end of the world. Right. But there are other moments when he sees me cleaning the bathroom and he wants to come over and he's like, Mom, let me help. Can I help? Can I scrub the toilet? And I'm like, sure, go for it, dude. It's all you.
Well, and I think that's the thing with him and with a lot of kids, is they want to help.
Yeah.
They don't want to go necessarily clean their room. But
True.
they
That's
want but if you can get them involved, and you can even say, sure, come in, help me clean the bathroom, and then I'll come help you clean your room. Those kinds of things.
It's developing good habits and
And I think it develops a sense of family, because I think it's important for
teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
It does. But for real though,
I think it's important for, families to work together. And I do believe in allowance, which is something we can probably talk about later. But I think that certain chores should not be for allowance, because I think you need to teach them it's just part of being part of a family.
Yeah,
is that we all help.
Right, and that's what I tell him sometimes. I'm like, you got to be a team player, man. Like, we're all in this together. We're a family. Like, we help each other out, and
I was ready to break into song there.
I know. They're all. Oh my goodness, I didn't even.
There's just I think just a couple more things I want to talk about.
Now all I have is High School Musical in my head. Okay.
All right. Are we good?
We're good.
Focus.
We got to get that out of our system.
So the last couple things that I wanted to talk about is lists. I make lists for everything, and it really, really helps me get it out of my brain, and I sleep better at night when I make lists, because I don't feel like I'm gonna forget stuff like for the next day. So I make lists, like daily lists. I use my reminders on my phone so that it pops up so that I remember to get those things done.
I've really been using my calendar on my phone a lot more frequently lately, and setting reminders on my phone. I used to be really bad about that, and I think literally just the last couple of months I've been trying really hard to be more on top of that, because I'm so forgetful. And mom brain, I know we all joke about mom brain, but like for real, it can be hard sometimes.
But I keep a piece of paper on my refrigerator, so when I notice something is almost out, you can write that down, so that when you sit down to do a grocery list, you're already partway done. You already have some things already written down, or in your phone, wherever you like to make your lists, on your calendar, all those things. Quick funny story, but when she was getting married, I literally had a list for me, a list for her, a list for the groom, a list for the bridesmaids, a list for the groomsmen. I was like making lists like crazy.
On top of it.
And I was handing them out, because if I would not have been doing that, I would not have been sleeping at night, because I had so many things in my head, and I was just like, we need to do this and this and this and this. And so I would write everything down, and I'd be like, okay, we're going to just give everybody their list. We're going to be good to go. So anyway, and then the last thing I want to say is find a routine that works for you. So we're giving you all these tips. There's all kinds of books, there's everything. But the biggest thing is to find a routine that works for you and stick with it. Develop those habits, include those things in your life that are going to be really helpful for you. Everybody has a different routine. Like, some people want to do one chore every day of the week, and they have a certain day of the week that they do each chore. Some people just want to knock it out, and I have a tendency to like clean my house in 1 or 2 days and get that over and done with, and then I can concentrate on other things. But whatever works for you, find your routine, stick with it. Just remember, these things are to help your stress level, not to increase them. So
true.
So choose the ones that you can incorporate in your life.
Well, and exactly what she just said at the end there, I feel like when my house is a mess, it's hard for me to relax. It's because I just feel so stressed out. I'm like, everything's out of place, and I can't relax because there's just, it looks like a bomb went off in here. And so, and I like what she said earlier, just taking like that 15 minutes and just kind of going through the house, and after the kids go to bed, and just try to clean everything up a little bit, and then sit and relax. It's just, it's so much easier to relax when all of that is done, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel more prepared, more on top of it. And I also like what you said about sleeping better at night, because I think decluttering your house also declutters your brain as well. It really does. And when you make those lists and everything, I think it helps your brain to calm down a lot more too, because then you're not worried that you're going to forget something if you write it down.
And then in doing that, so now you're more relaxed tonight. At the end of the day, you sleep better, and your day starts off better the next day. So it's it's kind of, it really becomes a ripple effect.
It really is. And I just want to say here, I have not mastered any of these things that we are talking about in this video. This is still a work in progress for me by a long shot. I am trying really hard, and we get it. Having kids is hard. There's a lot of interruptions. There's a lot of chaos going on.
Mm-hmm.
These are just tips to try and help to stay ahead of the chaos, really. And life is always going to have its twists and turns and things like that.
Right.
But and it might not be like this every single day, but I just want to say too, even if you can implement these things a few times a week, it really helps.
For sure.
So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there because it's, you know, all this stuff kind of sounds a little overwhelming at first, but like I said, even if you just start doing it a few times a week, it'll keep you a couple steps ahead. And that's pretty much what I've been trying to do, is trying to do it at least a few times a week.
Right. At least it keeps you from feeling like you're drowning.
Yes. But anyway, it is getting late.
Yeah.
So we are going to be signing off tonight and saying good night to you.
Yeah. Good night and cheers.
Cheers.